Hello, everyone. I'm Cheldin Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It with Cheldin, our new season, fall 2018. Taquan, how are you, darling?
Great.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. And we're just going into interviews. New format, new logo, just new energy all together. But same amazing old friends. I'm so excited that Jennifer is with us. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me
I
back.
know, it's so funny. And the poor thing, she's like, I'm part of the new season. I was like, I just figured I'd make it a spontaneous
No pressure.
surprise.
Just opening the new season. Yeah.
no pressure at all. But there is no one else I'd rather sit next to the first day of our new season. Jennifer is so seasoned within the art of networking, everything that she has going on. For all of you out there that have been emailing and texting, Cheldin, how do you do it? How do you network all of the time? I said, we got to talk to somebody who actually does it as a profession, and Jennifer is one of those ladies. How are you?
I'm great.
You are good?
I'm excited that Labor Day's done and we're like getting back in the
Right?
groove of, regular life.
Don't you
the
think so?
entrepreneur hustle, all of it.
Don't
Yeah.
you think so? It's funny. People are like, "Oh my god, I love this song," but for me, I feel out of a rhythm.
Yeah.
And that the fall and the winter have, and even the spring have for me. And then I feel like we're gearing up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's football season. We're gearing up for our own season here, and I'm excited to do so with such amazing, talented
Absolutely.
people. So
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit of networking, but I want people to have a better understanding. Again, if you can give your first and last name and the name of your business, that'd be awesome.
Sure. So my name is Jennifer Lynn Robinson. My own personal business is Purposeful Networking, and then I also run a women's business networking organization locally called Fem City Philadelphia.
Which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. How many women now?
We have almost 2,000 women in our community.
Isn't that crazy? 2,000 women helping each other. And I want to talk a little bit about that, the power of networking, and especially within the female gender. A lot of misconceptions about the way in which women work together.
Yes.
Should they work together? Are they capable of working together? And you have found that to be the case.
Yeah, at least in our organization, it's been really wonderful because not only do we work together, but, we form these close relationships. And because I've been involved for almost 7 years, I've started my business when I joined. A lot of the women around the same time they joined were just getting started with their businesses. So it's been really amazing to watch the transition of, people become these superstars and have been with them from the beginning and kind of seen the whole journey.
Yes, and the support that they probably give you and you give to them,
absolutely.
which is so necessary.
Yeah.
Now, there's some uniqueness in the way that women network versus the way that men network, right?
Yes.
And we've come to find some of this uniqueness, and you're here to share a few tidbits for us, right?
Yes.
So we do interact a little bit differently. We have a different mindset.
We have a different mindset. Women, people say women are more emotional, and some women don't like to hear that. But the reality is, we like to form strong relationships.
Yeah.
So we like to network with people who share our value system, that we can develop close relationships with, that we can share personal things. And even though that can be wonderful, it's also a downfall as far as why our networks aren't as strong as men's network. Because men do not feel like they have those limitations. Men do not feel like people they network with have to share their value system, that they have to be close friends, that they even have to know people very well to pick up the phone and ask for an introduction or a favor. Men are much more apt to do that than we are if we don't know people well and we don't feel comfortable.
The ask.
So,
and we talk about that so often, the power of the ask and getting females to really feel comfortable and just really going forward and asking, where I think that the dynamic, at least the comparison that we're making today, is really about they don't necessarily feel like we have to be girlfriends.
No,
you know
you
what I
don't
mean?
have to be
Going to
girlfriends,
brunch,
no.
figure it out in order to have a business relationship.
Absolutely.
Feel like, I don't know her enough. Maybe I should hang out with her a couple more times before I ask for a lead. Where gentlemen are just like, do you have something that can serve me?
Is there someone who can help me? Right. Who do you think I should talk to?
Right. And maybe some hurdles to be able to do that is going out there and just really asking.
Yeah, I think going on asking, like anything else, the practice makes perfect, just getting more comfortable with that. But I think it's equally important for women to network with other women, like in my organization and other wonderful women's organizations in the area. But also women have to understand that although it may not be as safe of a space or as comfortable to network in a co-ed atmosphere, it's very important to do so. Like, you can't exclude men from the equation, right?
Exactly.
You're only going to get so far because unfortunately, men are still in the echelon of most of the powerful, high up positions.
Yeah.
And, you have to make friends.
And be able to navigate the space. So Gentlemen, you're welcome. We're going to allow you in the conversation. Taquan, aren't you learning more each and every day just by sitting with us? Just by sitting with us. And I think that that's really, really unique. So now you have been in the business of networking for quite some time, right? And so how has networking changed? I think that when I teach at Temple University, I teach personal branding, and I told, I advised them that before it was just simple networking events, right? You would go to a networking event, you'd have a name tag, you know what I mean?
Your business card.
Right, wine, hummus, right? And be able to figure it out. There's always wine and hummus, right, at a good networking event. But now networking has changed. It happens all the time, everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think one of the things that's dramatically changed networking and will continue to do so is the Me Too movement.
Yes.
I was just on a show earlier in the summer about this, and I think, unfortunately, I mean, Me Too is a good thing as far as society and women and, people coming out with their story and all of those good things. Yeah. From a networking standpoint, though, you have a lot more men who are apprehensive of mentoring women, having one-on-ones, like meeting a woman for breakfast or lunch or something, because how is that going to be interpreted? Is it going to be misinterpreted? In light of everything going on, what's going to happen with this? So I think it's going to become more of a struggle. And it's really about kind of creating those professional boundaries to still have men and women be able to professionally interact in a way that can help them grow.
I love that. And I think that that's really an interesting way to look at it. And I think that there's not to discredit any scenario or any movement by any stretch, but to identify it and look at it to say, okay, how can we create these comfortable boundaries? How can we have these lunch meetings? How can we participate, be included, and then still move forward, and be heard in a way that's productive?
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so that's something for us to think about, Shirley. And I know that you teach and assist people in the art of networking.
Yes.
I mean, that is your core business,
what I do.
right? And being able to figure it out. So how would you suggest that a woman navigates that space? I mean, that's a hot one, right?
It is a hot one. I think some of the things that are helpful in that arena is making sure that you create an agenda for meetings. So if you ask to meet with a man, make sure you send that email, like, here's why I want to meet with you. Here's what I'd like to discuss. So there's no misinterpretation, like, does she want to meet me because she's into me, or is this going to be some kind of other situation?
Interesting.
And then, if a man asks to meet with you and it's something that sounds like it might be off, like an after work drink or, come meet me at my hotel or something like that, if you're at a business conference, let's say, avoid that and try to do things that are in a more professional setting or earlier in the day, so there's no room for misinterpretation.
I love those simple things. And again, not complicated, just really peeling back all of the extra and just saying, okay, I'm going to use some common sense core things to be able to bring that to the table in order to make that make sense. I also think that I love the idea of the agenda, and I think that even for my female to female relationships, the agenda is important, because I find myself having social conversations with people that I ideally wanted to have a business relationship with, though amazing that we are now girlfriends and we're having brunch, but we have now spent 2 hours together and not talked about anything substantial, and I don't, not to say that I don't want social graces and I don't want to have social relationships with people, but again, that agenda I think is going to help across the board.
I think independently of what we're talking about with the whole Me Too and the men and women, it's interesting how people sometimes, I think the agendas are great ideas for exactly what you're saying. Some people get offended by agendas. Like, sometimes I'll reach out to somebody and say, I see we're meeting in a few days, like, basically, what are we meeting about? Like, tell me what's on the agenda. And some people are like, what do you mean? Like, I just wanted to talk and this and that. And, it's tough with all of us who are entrepreneurs, and we have so many competing responsibilities, so many people that want to get together, and so many things we have to do. You do want to do the social stuff, but at some point you're like, I can't just sit in meetings all day and talk to people, right? I need to have something productive that's going to take place.
And that's a discipline that I think that you teach people, and I think that's, so amazing. Again, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
Even the art of networking, some people think it's just about talking.
I know.
It's about really getting to the bottom of what it is that you're looking for and how you can get there. Now, one thing that you mentioned is about getting together. So there's a couple of events that are coming up.
Yes.
So excited. I'm selfishly involved in one, so I'm super excited about that. Why don't you fill the audience in on what's going on with you?
Sure. So we have our second annual Fem City Business Conference coming up on November 8th. We're super excited. We did our inaugural one last year, and after it was done, it was so much work. I was like, we're never doing it again, and here we are. We're doing it again, bigger and better.
I love that.
So it's going to be at the Pyramid Club. It's a half-day event, and Cheldin and her team are going to be there, reporting on the event, doing live interviews, and covering everything for us. us. And then after our conference that day, Ted Baker is graciously hosting a beautiful evening cocktail reception for us and for the attendees. And Cheldin is going to do a presentation for us there on, image and how important that is in your personal brand. But as far as the conference itself, we have Kristen Detterline, the editor-in-chief of Philly Style, as our keynote speaker. I'm going to interview her town hall style.
Oh, fun.
And then we have some great, informational panels, one on monetizing and marketing your business, one on growing and scaling your business, and then we also have a business lawyer who's going to talk about avoiding the legal pitfalls of your business. I think that's important for people.
All right, Taquan, we know where we're going to be on the 8th. November 8th it is. We are so excited that Jennifer joined us today. So many amazing hints and tips to be able to help you in networking and navigating that space. And then some amazing events. I'm so looking forward to this event in November. I mean, we've been planning for it.
Yes, and one thing I just want to add is that early bird rates end September 15th. So you only have I can't count. What's the 5th? 10 more days. 10 more days to get your early bird rate. So get on it.
Okay, so we have to figure that out. We'll make sure to get all that information out to you. Make sure you follow Fan and like everything Jennifer has going on. Where can people find you online?
People can find me at purposefulnetworking.com, and you can find the organization at femcityphiladelphia.com.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so you're coming back because you're stuck with me.
I love it.
She knows it. Each and every day we broadcast here from One Nickel Co-working, the Nichols Building, right here in the heart of Main Street in Manayunk, right next door to Center City, and right around the corner from Bala Cynwyd. We are your daily dose of lifestyle news as we celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit. From all of us here at This Is It with Cheldin, we are so excited that you are joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.